I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy.
Welcome
Had to
all.
work
This
hard,
is the
struggle just to
Australian
be
Indie
me.
Wrestling
Make a
Podcast.
rise.
Fellow wrestlers, trainees, event support staff, friends, foes, and of course, everyone in between. If you have a topic, if you have a question, you could probably reach out to the Don unless he leaves you hanging on his 80s telephone. The Don, how was your weekend?
I wish I had an 80s telephone, one of those little like football phones or something. That'd be so cool.
How
But
else are you
I
going
don't
to
have
book
any
Lizzie Maximus?
of those. My weekend was really good. We had ESPW, the Tiger Strikes, which was a little homage to our current Pride champion. More about that in a minute. What was your weekend like?
Well, my weekend was good. I got shanghaied out to Sunbury as a technical support consultant for APW. Hopefully it's all fixed, and yeah, I hope to go out a few more times and help the fellas at APW, Mike and the other guys out there and the Crow fellas. Ran into Slade Mercer after a long time, so yeah, got to say hello to him. Mad Dog was there, so had a word to him. Aidan Miller is on the comeback trail, so I had a word to him. And God, take a look, keep an eye out for Jay Hunter. Yeah, up and coming. Yeah, caught my eye out there. So yeah,
You did mention to keep an eye out for Joe Hunter.
yeah, he had a match with Gore, and it was a pretty good match. I spent most of my time hiding from Gore, actually.
Smart.
Yeah, smart. Yeah, but I mean, I've got to say, the same night I went, MCW and Malice Pro Wrestling was on, so there was over 1,000 people watching pro wrestling in Victoria on a Saturday night. So you'll have to check out the footage of all those events when it comes out. So that'll be something to look forward to. But Don, tell us about your weekend at the what is it? Eye of the Tiger,
The Tiger Strikes.
the Tiger of the Eye.
The
Whatever it
Tiger's
is, it sounds mildly racist. But tell us about it.
Eye. It's always sort of stressful because you want to make sure everything goes right for the guys. You want to make sure the fans have a good time. And I think we put on a hell of a show.
Well, mate, you're always going to be stressed when you're trying to be the best, hey? And if you're if you're the top dog in the West, I'm going to stop rhyming right now.
Okay.
I'm a poet.
Oh.
Poet, you didn't know it. But yeah, so this weekend we had ESPW, the Tiger Strikes, which is a little homage to our new Pride champion, Fazil Ali. We had actually some really, really top quality matches, and the guys really knocked it out of the park. One of my favorite matches is a four-way match between the Great George, Dex Van Diemen, Delcano, and Jay Kendrick. Jay Kendrick being one of the new guys who are coming through the school. An opportunity for him to work with some really experienced heads in
Shout out to the
Delcano.
well-dressed. Shout out to the well-dressed Great George.
Yes, George. Honestly, man, I cannot speak his praises highly enough. He brings something different. His wrestling is immaculate. His character work is on point, and he's always thinking differently to everyone else, while still being able to have the same sort of style in the match, but bringing his own style to his portion of it. So that match itself, the four ways, just fantastic. Another guy who was up and about, it was Elijah Henry, who was taking on Twitch, who has taken on a bit of a different sort of style now. He's sort of a bit over it. He's been around the scene for a little while, and he's just kind of like, yeah, whatever, man. But Elijah Henry and Twitch was a great match. Then we had Papa Germ versus Chris Target. That was actually the opener. Chris Target's been around the scene for a long time, very experienced vet, taking on Papa Germ, a guy who's sort of on his trying to get his way up there on the climb. Has been around for a minute and trying to get a bit more exposure. Very fun guy to watch. Target is just an animal, kicking ass and taking names. Yeah. Then we had impromptu tag match with the Dux brothers versus it was supposed to be Jack Edwards and Noah Green, but Jack Edwards has injured himself in training, unable to compete, and Lizzie Maximus was able to step up, get in and around the match, and do the cool 80s style things that she does. Good fun match. Robbie Hart versus Dustin Connors for the Coastal Championship. This match was killer. Robbie Hart, a veteran of the Australian wrestling scene, taking on Dustin Connors, a guy who was just kicking into high gear and
The
making
War
a mark.
Boy.
The War Boy, yes. Yeah, just a killer title match in the middle of the show, the Coastal Championship. Dustin Connors really stacking up those wins and stacking up those numbers as champion. Also it was supposed to be a tag match, but when people are training hard things happen, and Dagger from Simply the Best was supposed to team up with the Ox, and they were supposed to take on the team of the Cretins in King Shahil and Buster Rust. But it turned into a singles match with Dagger versus Buster Rust, two of the younger guys from the school. Dagger looking $1 million, and Buster Rust looking like he's just popped out of line of Centrelink.
Shame, Oi, lad, who the fuck do I talk to get paid around here, cunt? Oh, hey, you must be Eshe. Please take a seat for me.
And, they put on quite the match. And then the main event, Jordan Bishop, former several-time Pride champion, was trying to win back the Pride championship from Fazil Ali. But Fazil Ali's grit and determination was just a little too much, and he was able to win with a decisive victory over former champion Jordan Bishop. Hell of a night. Everyone had a great time. Everyone was well entertained. Everything seemed to go well. And my stress levels declined rapidly once that final bell rung, because I had done my duties for the evening. And another thing we released was the ESPW award winners. We presented these awards at the Tiger Strikes. This is just a little bit of a nod to the people who do a lot of good things.
Speaking of a nod to the people, is this voted by the people?
This is voted by the people. This vote goes out. It's not.
Or is this some corporate backstage bullshit?
Life sucks, and then you die.
No, well, if it was corporate backstage bullshit, then it would probably be different winners. Not for the wrestler of the year,
What does that mean?
Robbie Hart. Oh, well, you pump up the people you want to pump up, not what the fans think.
Okay.
But no, Robbie Hart has been a linchpin of the school of pro wrestling, ESPW, this last year. The kind of guy who, at any time you throw him in, he has a banger. He has a great match. The skills and knowledge that he has by having these matches with these guys, passed on that information.
Just mentioned he had a banger with the war boy Dustin Connors on the weekend.
And he did every time he gets in that ring. Also, match of the year went to two of our young guys, Adonis Matthews and Fazil Ali, in the final of the Rising Star Cup tournament. Those guys absolutely put on a belter of a match, so they deserve it. And then maybe not so deserving, but Rookie of the Year was Dagger. Don't get me wrong, he's an impressive wrestler, but he seems to know it, and is a lot of arrogance. And I'm surprised the fans voted for him with the way he talks to them and treats them. But they voted for him because he's a great performer. So well done to those recipients.
Well, who would have you penned on your permission slip?
I would have voted for Fazil. He's not brand new as well, like as much as Dagger. Not so sure he made his debut. I like, maybe Jay Kendrick. He's young. He's trying to fight hard. He's not got as many opportunities, but I think he's kind of the future of the school.
Well, there we go. It was fun watching Don do the math anyway.
Yeah, my brain was working overtime there. Like, wait, who actually debuted last year that should deserve that? And they did, but
Toby's that little Chinese girl. What was her last name?
What's that?
It's an old address book I found on a coat I haven't worn in a cool's age. What's that name?
What the fuck was I talking about?
carry on.
Well, speaking about making a massive debut, there was a debut on our page the other day of people kind of like waving their stick around. So, Don, something I wanted to bring up, but I didn't want to bring up last week with our special guest, Michael, because he is a man of the people, man of the scene. But AEW released a bunch of free tickets. So I checked them out, thought, maybe I'll snag one and have a laugh. Hey, noticed it was still free, I like to do my research. And I posted on our Facebook page to our loyal followers. People were commenting, people were having a laugh, like, fucking, that's ridiculous, free tickets, And then I noticed some view farming, some people trying to take credit for public announcement knowledge. And it was Wrestle Radio. Sorry you missed the link we posted 5 hours ago. Oh, I didn't know you guys had full fucking claim over public knowledge, you know? It's fuck me, you know, but I've
Just trying
seen
to
him,
pass on some information.
yeah,
Like
just trying to
stand
pass on
out.
some
Yeah.
information, much like Michael does in wrestling Australian community.
Oppressors of generations who have kept you down with myths of opportunity, and we give it back to you, the people.
Much like other people do on the 85 wrestling pages that are going around at the moment. And I've seen them do it to other companies like Base 16 Police.
Tell Granddad, he's not the police.
No, and if you want to do some social commentary like we do it on our fucking show and keep it on our wall. Hey, how about sticking to the social commentary to the scene, you know, on your show?
Things certainly were different before these newfangled changes.
Well, of course they were, you senile old git, or they wouldn't be changes, would they?
What do you reckon? Or they should just do what they do best at, stick to long-winded reviews, exceedingly painful run times. You know, I'm sorry we jacked your 5-hour exclusive. Fuck me. You know, but yeah, that's the guys at the radio.
Oh no! I mean, yeah. Look, you saw something, you shared it. They mentioned it earlier, and that's okay.
Yeah,
like,
welcome to Earth, hey.
Welcome to Earth.
Someone just, yeah, I'm better. I'm the best. No one's more number one than fucking me.
Well, yeah. That's Scar's gripe for the week. But unfortunately, that's not all that we have to talk about this week.
No. More importantly, like I'm just having a joke around with that shit. But this is important. This is serious. Like actual grubs on the scene. Malice has had to deal with a situation, and they acted swiftly and quickly in response, which is great for Malice Pro Wrestling. As did Queensland Pro Wrestling. They issued a statement that there's a guy, Joshua Rivara, aka Joshua Wells, and QWA is nothing to do with him, and neither should anyone else have been. The guy's got a bit of a history. Just Google the name, and you will see. You know, he's a bit of a But anyway, I don't know what it is with people that you can't be professional, can't keep your hands to yourself. A simple handshake at the beginning of the night and the end of the night is all it fucking requires. I mean, look, I don't even like to do that, but that's another fucking program. But you know, a simple hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? I know it's fucked. Don, you've got a few things to say on this.
Well, it's about integrity and professionalism, and you're
Respect.
at a place where you're trying to work with other people. It's a workplace. I mean, it's not somewhere where people are getting paid millions of dollars or anything, but it is essentially a workplace. We're all there to put on a show. People don't want to go there and be,
members of the public don't want to go there and know, like, it's already bad enough. It's fucking February still. And we've had, what, like 3, 4 fucking, I don't know, maybe we haven't heard of a few occurrences, but, you know, it's fucking early on in the year.
Yeah.
You know,
we go to these shows and there's all kinds of people that are a part of it. It does not give you any excuse, no matter what your position is in the company, to do inappropriate things.
Yeah, there's sites like Trash Bag Wrestlers that'll call you out. Like, you know, for this is a US based one that will call you out and sort of like, put you on blast. And I can only imagine that this is probably what's going to happen to these few people. I'm not going to give them, name them, but like, it's just horrendous that it's 2026 and, you know, like you go and you expect a nice night out. Even if you're just going out like backstage to help out, like as a staff member, production member, ring crew, and performer, and like, what the fuck, you know, like
just courtesy and respect between everyone in the industry and the business, because we want this to go on and build and get better. We don't want it to go backwards, and that sort of bullshit sends us backwards, which is not great.
Sends you into the fucking stone age, hey.
You gotta take your medicine.
But it was great to see some level-headedness in the Australian pro wrestling scene. And of course, it came from Damian Slater.
Yes. There's been a lot of like really like big things happening for Australian wrestlers and Australian wrestling in general in the last couple of months, like really positive stuff. So it's really good to see that on the flip side of what we were just talking about. But Damian Slater put a post up not long ago, and it reads an observation from the recent attention on Australian wrestling and the waves of attention over the past decade that come and go. Whether they were signed, had a cup of coffee, or were left on scene, there is a pride that comes with being a pro wrestler from this country, and it doesn't go away. The old heads remember the struggles. The new crop respects that they're standing on the shoulders of giants, and everyone understand that being this isolated, yet still holding world-class shows nationwide, getting 4 figures in attendance is so bloody special. Community has built this scene, but understand it can disappear in an instant. Never lose sight of where you're from, how important you are to its future, and how privileged you are to be a part of it all. That speaks on so many levels of like, because there are people who have pushed those boundaries and pushed those limits and tried to extend Australian wrestling to other countries, and they were the starting, the very start of it, and it didn't blow up for them. But they made those inroads in different places and have created the setting where there are guys that can now freely travel between these places and get bookings and get training and get looks that were not available 10, 15, 20 years ago if it weren't for those pioneers. But the thing those guys need to do is now keep pushing forward and continue this vibe of quality that is coming out of Australia, because we all work so hard. We're a country that doesn't have the ability for guys to work as a full-time wrestler. Maybe there's 1 or 2 people who have found that sweet niche, but there's not many. Whereas in other countries, there are guys who can make a living from professional wrestling quite easily with the availability that's out there, but it's just not here yet. So words like that are really great to hear from someone who, like himself, had the little cup of coffee. He put the little emoji in that post, had a little cup of coffee in the big time. But yeah, created those connections to help others to expand and really do wonderful things. But then he also, in true Slater style, in the comments later, mentioned that, but also don't forget that I'm still better than all of you. And there's a little bit there. I can imagine that's pretty true. But yeah, end of the day, stay humble, kids. Keep working hard and keep pushing those envelopes. Be respectful, be courteous, treat everyone how you would want to be treated as you move forward. And just keep on kicking ass.
Oh, does that mean I should treat the piggies with respect?
It would be the right thing to do.
Yeah, and also it would help teach everybody today's word.
Well, one of those kids kicking ass all over the place, of course, we interviewed this week, and that's Jimmy Zerro, and you can check out that interview in the next few days, and that'll be something to look forward to, because that is quite an interesting interview, isn't it, Don?
You know what? It really is. And I said this during the interview as well, is like the point of this pod was to open more my mind and my knowledge more of Australian wrestling. And it has to an extent, but then we come across someone like Jimmy Zerro, who now I'm invested in where he goes from here, his work, because I didn't know the kind of things that he had done in wrestling. And again, using that
you'd be proud of.
Yeah, his matches he's got coming up are some matches that I would love to have, and he's doing all this at 19 years of age. The sky's the limit for this kid, and it's
so go
really
check
cool.
out that interview. That'll be out in the next few days. But Don, let's have the wrap around the week if you've got nothing else left to say.
It's that time of the podcast where I take everyone on a quick wrap around the country to let you know exactly what is happening, where you live, and what shows are on. So I'm going to fire up with New South Wales. Australian wrestling superstars have Dante's Divine's Wrestling Rodeo, yeehaw, in Bexley on Friday, Feb 27th. All-Star Wrestling, home of Jimmy Zerro, that we just did an interview with. Obey the Law is in Padstow, and is it Padstow or Padstow?
Padstow, my friend.
Padstow, sorry, I added the owl. Padstow, and the Penrith Collector Con Saturday, Feb 28th, and Sunday, March 1st. Suplex Professional Wrestling Season 4, Episode 2 is in Adamstown on the Saturday, Feb 28th. IWA, International Wrestling Australia, have Power Struggle in Sutherland and Suplex on the Sand number 6 in DY. Friday, Feb 27th and Saturday, Feb 28th. And then Wrestling Go is back in Blacktown on Sunday, March the 1st. Heading on the way up to the Northern Territory, we've got Top End Wrestling Saturday Night Fights in Yarrawonga, Saturday, Feb 28th. And special surprise, if you are in Darwin, Western Australia is one of our best tag teams. ATO will be there. Get a ticket, get around. So if you're in Northern Territory, get around it.
Yeah, if you're in Darwin, go check out the Top End Wrestling fellas, because they're the only fed in your state. So give them a shout out.
They're still in their infancy. Get around them, get behind them, make it big so that all those guys can represent your state. Then we're over to Queensland. Atomic Pro Wrestling have Chapter 3 in Toowoomba on Feb 28th. Pro Wrestling Power have the Brewery Bash in Cairns, Saturday, Feb 28th. Queensland Wrestling Alliance have Turning Point in Deerigan on the 28th. And Venom Pro Wrestling, Reshuffling the Deck number 3 is in Yatala, Saturday, Feb 28th. So there is everywhere in Queensland this weekend, so get around it. Down to Tasmania, Tasmanian Championship Wrestling, TCW has Annihilation number 13 in Launceston on Feb 28th, Saturday night. Victoria, All-Star Wrestling Australia, Summer Heat Tour and Collision Course on Wednesday, Feb 25th in Merbein, and Thursday, Feb 26th in Strathdale. And also Friday, Feb 27th in Bandura. Which
I'll be at the Friday, Feb 27th one, checking out All-Star Wrestling as they cross the border.
Yeah, and you can check out Jimmy Zero at all of those, I'm sure. BCW, Battle Championship Wrestling, have BCW number 68 in Burwood East, Friday, Feb 27th. Adrenaline Pro Wrestling, New Beginnings are in Seaford on Feb 28th. And Renegades of Wrestling present Uprising in Essendon on Saturday, Feb 28th. Then we cross over to my part of the country. In WA, New Horizon Pro Wrestling have Reload in Morley on Friday, Feb 27th. Lucha Fantastica is back in town on their tour for Love Battle on Saturday, Feb 28th. And if you are in the Warnbro area or the surrounds, please make sure you make your way to Southern Territory Wrestling's Cruel Summer, where you can see the Don defend his Southern Cross Championship against Australian wrestling legend Robbie Hart on Feb 28th. It's going to be an absolute fucking banger. Do not miss out.
He's just built up Robbie Hart as the man, unbeatable man of WA wrestling, Don. Sounds like you have your work cut out for you this weekend at Southern Territory Wrestling. So yeah, if you're down in Perth, go check that out. That'll be a big night for you.
A big night for me and all the fans who come down and check it out. It's going to be fantastic.
Well, that's all I have on my list. It was great to see Tuckman, Scotty Green, and the Tome and Stevie Philippe. Also, Ricky South down at the WWE tryouts and basically living their dream and having the best week of their lives all over social media. So that was something great to see. So, you know, look, for the young guys out there, it's possible.
Sky's the limit.
You know? And
when I started in wrestling, the idea of even getting a look in from the WWE was a fever dream. Guys are wrestling for Ring of Honor, AEW, WWE, England, Japan, Mexico, we're worldwide, and we're taking over.
That's right. So if you want to get totally fucked over by Triple H or Tony Khan, there's still plenty of time. Hey, get into it, everyone. Get into it, and we'll see you next week.
Before we go, I got to do my sign out. Can't get away. I've just given you guys all the shows coming up this weekend in Australia. Please get around. Buy a ticket, bring your mates, tell all your friends, come on down, have a great night, because it's always a great night with live pro wrestling. If you like a particular wrestler, make sure you hit that merch table, buy some of their merchandise, because that helps build their wrestling dream. They can go and do all this amazing stuff overseas and make the Australian wrestling scene known for what it is, and it's the greatest wrestling scene in the world. Thanks everyone for tuning in. That was Australian Indie Wrestling. See you next week.
signed a nasty little hair versus hair match the other day.
A lot of women love just the way it feels. Just think of it as just a little more face, and you can rent it out as advertising space.